A hot sunny day on the coast greeted the Giro d'Italia peloton after their rest day. On stage 9 it had been Jaya Hindley who took the victory. Blockhouse the scene of the first big GC sort out. Juanpe Lopez had managed to hold on to the pink jersey despite initial doubts. A 12-second lead still held over Joao Almeida in an Iberian 1-2, with Frenchman Romain Bardet in third place, Carapaz and Hindley completing the top 5. Simon Yates had seemingly dropped off the GC, losing 11 minutes, but he'd carry on in the race. 166 riders remained, nobody failing to start. Smiles and a different approach for some, an opportunity for the sprinters as they look to go up the coast and into the hills. But would it be the pure sprinters, or would it be the likes of Mathieu van der Poel? Would a big break get away? It would certainly be an interesting two halves to the stage, flat as a pancake for the first 100 kilometres, and then into the Marche and its famous Muri, finishing after a climb to Monsano in Iesi. The race would also pass through Filotrano, hometown of the late Michele Scarponi. It took around 15 kilometres for the break to go properly. And when it did go, 3 men would be in it. Lawrence Nassen, Alessandro De Marchi and Mattia Bais. Merhawi Kudus tried on a couple of occasions. And several other riders thought about getting up the road. Once things were established, they were allowed to take a lead. A bit of laughing and joking and poking fun back in the peloton. All good-natured friends after arguments just a couple of days before. Lotto Soudal, Alpecin Fenix and Intermarché would control. Once we got to the intermediate sprint, the gap would be just under 5 minutes. Behind in the peloton, Maglia Ciclamino points were on offer. Nizzolo using the most energy to go out there and get them. He'd be followed behind by Demar, Girmay, De Gent and Gaviria. Into the hills we'd go then. Intermarché still working, Alpecin working with them. Lotto Soudal no longer, because Caleb Ewan was the first of the sprinters to be dropped. That's 76 k's still from the finish. A few kilometres later, Mark Cavendish would start to lose contact as well. Mathieu van der Poel suffering mechanical issues inside the final 60 k's. An impressive chase back on, and he'd soon be back in business. The race approached Filotrano as they honoured Michele Scarponi, taken from us all 5 years ago. A brilliant presence in the peloton, a top bike rider and friend to many. Intermediate sprint though was of no consequence in the race. Alessandro De Marchi chose to go it alone after that. But with the attacks behind, the chase on, with 20 k's to go, he would be caught. One more classified climb remained. And it was getting very, very hot at the front. Difficult to control as they approached that final climb. Tobias Foss had a go. His attack didn't last too long, 1 kilometre in fact. He was brought back, and then it was the turn of the likes of the general classification riders to have a go. Corvi would also throw his hat into the ring, and Arnaud Demar started to lose contact just inside the final kilometre of the climb. Domenico Pozzovivo pulled the latest attack back for Biniam Girmay, who almost took a wrong turn. 6 kilometres to go and Simon Yates was off the front, followed by Formolo, Van der Poel and Ciccone. But nobody would be working with Mathieu van der Poel. And despite his frustrated attempts to get away, the bunch would soon reel him in. Richard Carapaz darting to the front once more. Hugh Carthy also having a go. He'd be caught inside the final kilometre. Domenico Pozzovivo of all people starting the lead out. Biniam Girmay hitting the front. Another duel with Van der Poel just like on day one. This time history was made. Veni, Vidi, Bini. Biniam Girmay becoming the first ever Eritrean, the first ever black African to win a Giro d'Italia stage. The thousands of Eritrean supporters who turn up at bike races finally had something to cheer about. The flag waved over the finish line. The man he beat giving the thumbs up. A perfect image. Biniam Girmay, from Gent-Wevelgem to the Giro d'Italia, a natural-born superstar. Girmay beating Van der Poel, Albanese, Kelderman and Carapaz. Intermarché working all day long, and Girmay with a great victory. Juanpe Lopez survived to take another day in the pink jersey. Girmay went off to get all the congratulations. And the general classification as it was the evening before. Juanpe Lopez still leading by 12 seconds over Joao Almeida. Romain Bardet still at 14. It should be the same after stage 11. Not too many banana skins around. A flat stage and one that should be for the sprinters. Just over 300 metres of climbing, over 203 kilometres. A stage without any King of the Mountains points, 2 intermediate sprints, all the way to Reggio Emilia. Fernando Gaviria won the last time we were in Reggio Emilia 5 years previous. How's it going to go this time? Remember, you can watch the Giro d'Italia and all of its history-making moments on GCN+, Discovery+, and Eurosport.